693. Matthias, Wicked. Matthias, how are you doing?
Wicked, it must be Friday because we are live here at the Pro South Palace in Piedmont, Alabama.
Live and in living color. And speaking of color, it's prime time.
So much came out of last week.
Dear God, where to start?
Not the least of which, this man right here, Donnie Primetime, is back in Pro South.
But whose side is he on? That's the question.
Making his way to the ring, Donnie Primetime.
We still don't know the answer to that question.
Maybe we'll get some answers here tonight. Big lineup tonight. Our main event. You saw it advertised as Damien one-on-one for the real Pro South Championship.
The real Pro South? The real
Everybody
Pro
keeps
South
putting
Championship.
parentheses, so
Okay,
it's the real Pro South Championship. That's what we're calling it.
we'll go with it.
Donnie Primetime last week. A lot of questions. Are we getting answers? We're about to find out. Once he gets his jacket on. He took his jacket off just to put it back on.
Well, he is a student of Ace Haven. He knows about hitting the cue, knows about hitting a mark.
Is up, Piedmont, Alabama? I would say it's been a long time, but I was here last week. And I told you guys I have a lot of complicated feelings about being back here in this ring. This ring right here, this is the ring I was trained in. This ring right here was the ring I had my first ever professional wrestling match in. I poured more sweat, blood, tears, heartache, long night, hurt bones, everything right here for this ring, for this promotion. And then I had to go be the one to screw it up. And I didn't think it was me. I didn't think I was the one. I didn't think I had to change. I think everyone else had to change. But I was wrong. My son, who loves me, my son who loves professional wrestling, my son who loves Pro South wrestling, he had to look me in my eyes and say, "Dad, why are you the bad guy?" I told him, I said, "Son, I'm not the bad guy. Everyone else is the bad guy. I do what I do for a reason." And when he asked me, "Dad, what's that?" I couldn't tell him. I had no idea why I was doing what I was doing. I had no idea why I was being as bitter as I was being. They opened the door for me to let me back in, and I decided that I was going to show my tail about it. I decided there were some things that happened way back when that I still hadn't got over. And as a grown man, as someone who's going to have a son, someone's going to look my kid in the eye and say, "Son, be a man." I had to understand that. And I just want to say to everybody, not just you guys who I disrespected on the weekly, not to you guys watching at home on YouTube, I want to apologize to everybody in that locker room right there. And I want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. As a man, I owe that to you, and then with that comes a promise. I've changed. And I can't just tell you guys I've changed. I'm willing to show you guys that I've changed. Now, this is gonna sound cliche. This is gonna sound a little weird, and I don't really care because this is me on the mic, and I'm gonna say what I want to say. Pro South was my one point in time, and I would love for it to be my home again.
I trust him. I trust him 100%. Matthias, do you trust Donnie Primetime and what he said? Has he turned over a new leaf?
Donnie Primetime Apparently trying to make amends for his past
Transgressions?
sure, we'll call it that.
Donnie did nothing wrong. Donnie was ran out of this company, but he has extended the olive branch.
I don't know that even Donnie would agree with that.
Well, the old Donnie would, but not the new Donnie. He has changed. He said it, Matthias. Tuition is due. Isn't this a flashback from 2017? Donnie Primetime and Brandon Watley.
We talked about Donnie Primetime being a student, a homegrown talent. He's not the only one.
Hold up. They really, I know the back. There's no microphone with a green tip on it. You put that on there yourself, right? That's a green tip that you put on. Everyone else is blue, but they gave you the green one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Of course I'll put this on here.
Fair enough.
I got tenure here. I can do that. You out here apologizing. You want forgiveness or something? You want... What do you want?
Be what? Brandon, look, man. I'm just trying to change, dude. I was a bit of a dork before, bro. And man, maybe you could try to do what I'm doing right now. You know? I've made a lot of mistakes. You sat back and you watched me make a lot of mistakes. I've seen you make plenty of mistakes of your own. I think right now is a time for me to change, so I'm going to step up and do the hardest thing I've ever done, and that's admit that I was wrong. And stand by that. And that's all I can do now.
That's growth, Matthias. That's growth. The crowd forgives him.
You people really buy that? You people really buy that?
I get the feeling Watley doesn't buy it.
Donnie, what you did, you didn't make mistakes. You made terrible decisions. That's what you did. The only reason that you want forgiveness...
Let him talk.
The only reason why you want forgiveness is because you have no friends. And you have no friends because you're an asshole.
Well, don't mince words.
You're right. I don't have any friends. I mean, you think with everything I was doing that you would be as close of a friend as I had, but no, I hated your guts too, and you hated mine. I don't think anyone in that locker room, from Ace to my own brother to Cameron, I think they all think I'm a bit of an asshole. But you know what? It's not for me to come out here and say it, dude. I have to show it. You're right. You're absolutely right. I don't have anything to say about that, man. You everything you're saying, I can't counter. You see, go to YouTube. You want to see what I was doing? I was dropping women on their heads, man. Like, I was kind of a piece of garbage. And everyone here saw that. You guys saw me act the way I acted. Was it right? No. But if you don't give someone the chance to change, then what are we doing here, man?
See, Donnie, I can't speak for the rest of the locker room. I can speak for myself and one other member of the Serpent Ninja Academy. We don't forget, and we don't forgive. This whole "you're sorry" nonsense, you can take that and stick it where the sun don't shine.
Well,
I mean, for years, you've been backstabbing people, and you pretend to be people's friend, and then you set them up to get exposed,
yep.
And you take money out their pockets, you destroy their dreams, and all this other stuff. You talk about change. Here's the difference between me and you. See, when I first got in this business, I used to pretend to be something that I'm not, just like you. The only difference is the person that I am now, that's who I should have been from the start, because I accept who I am.
The old Donnie Primetime would not have liked to hear any of this. The old Donnie Primetime would have put you down exactly where you're standing. But you called me out on my bullcrap, bro. You came up here, and I respect you for that. When I left, well, the first time I left, you were just little bitty B-Wide. Now you've grown into a full champion standing in front of me. You are the man when it comes to that locker room. Anyone that stepped up, you have put them down. You have put them down soundly. But you have a match tonight. I don't. You know what? I was just going to come out here and talk and then leave. But it should take me about, what time? You got to watch. I do. It should take me about 6 minutes to get all my stuff out of the locker room and just maybe shake a couple hands. Probably not. No one likes me. And get to my car. But so maybe if you're the man and the leader and the guy you say you are, show me who you are, because I don't think you can, but try to beat him in 6 minutes. Gotcha, man.
Donnie Primetime laying down a challenge.
6 minutes?
Can Brandon Watley beat his opponent in 6 minutes?
Who's his opponent?
Well, I got a match. Get a rough out here, and let's get this thing started.
So Donnie's saying
Not all day.
it takes him 6 minutes to get ready. And
Donnie's saying
he's